Hey everyone, we are going through my shorts again today with both hands. Come on and join on in. There's plenty of room. So moving on, we are checking out Rumble. We're kind of flipping through here. We might even go to TikTok. Oh, it is so. I don't even want to say it. It's such drivel and cockamamie bullshit on there. It just drives me nuts. Flipping through, and it's all just grovel and stupid shit that's been posted and reposted and reshared and given to their mama. Didn't even have any idea of how to use TikTok. I'm not seeing anything on Rumble, so let's freaking move over to Lick Talk. Come on over, check me out. I am at MoonerMalitia. It is a good time because I make fun of girls eating cake and also women who are not getting food stamps anymore because I'm a jerk and I'm probably a Nazi dude. But I don't need anybody to tell me that because I live the life of a Nazi. Here we go. Nazi for you. I broke it. Who's this? What's going on? Oh, he's got a knife. Look out, he's got a knife! I can't tell. God, I gotta get my peepers on. Peep. Ooh, unjuns. They look like. Let's go in the trow. I wonder if they meant to say the rough. The
you know what they say? The size of the.
You know what they say? What? Did he just slice off his thumb or something? Is that what he stopped? You know what they say? What they say? It's trow in Alaska.
Ow! Remote Alaska. What is that? Little potato dude?
Whatever. Oh, the Epstein stuff. Complaining about the Democrats. We're going to skip you, Steven, because there's no sound for some reason. What happened to my sound? I got no sound coming from these. Or is there no sound on these? Apparently not.
But I'm not going to let it happen. I'm too old for that. Yeah. That's why we have people to work and encourage one another, right? Another one, Psalms. He's my hiding place. Yeah. He's my hiding place.
What you hiding?
He's my fortress. He's my strength.
Oh.
Thank you, Charlene. I appreciate it.
I know she's not typing
So,
that fast. I hear it.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. I got off the phone Friday night and I had triggers. I have a way to bring myself back to reality. Where I'm always in reality, but
Oh, they cut me off. I think it just doesn't. AOC tried to outsmart Senator Kennedy. Well, that'd be pretty tough. You won't believe what happens next. She finished. Part 2. What's the deal here? Do I gotta subscribe or something? Come on, what am I doing?
See how they're here, brother.
shit, anonymous. I appreciate that, man. Well, I appreciate that. Can you, man? Just chilling? Oh, shit, anonymous. What are you doing, man? I can do that, man. That's right.
You almost look a little Amish here.
No matter what.
We're gonna pass on you, buddy. I'm good. All right. Megan Kelly. Gift for a major organizer. Is it like actual? Yeah, it is a touch screen. That's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. I'd like to have that actually. Throw up your service calls there for the day. Who's on what? What's on who? But then it is just stuck right there. It's probably $1 million waiting to go in the trash can.
Oh yeah, it's 1,400 light years away. My telescope is a Celestron 8SE. Well, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the lightning bulb. Appreciate.
That's pretty neat looking. I'll give my heart on that one. Good job, buddy. Oh, hey. Where are you taking me? Kidnapping me?
So it gets better and better and better, and I mean, it looks
all right,
beautiful.
I give you a little love, man. I didn't mean to come in here and all.
On the camera itself, it looks a lot better.
I don't know. I am kind of interested in our celestial.
Sí, ahorita no lo vamos a mirar porque estoy stackeando fotos.
All right. The noise is absolutely great.
Well, he's a nice guy, but he just wasn't ready to be a federal judge. And after it was over, the president called me. The president called me. I'd phoned back home. I was in New Orleans. Phone rings. You know the way it works. Unknown number.
Yeah.
You go, okay, it's the White House. I'm ready to take my whip in here. So I pick up the phone and Trump says, "Who, Kennedy? I watched your examination of this guy." He said, "Who was this guy?" I said, "Well, he's your nominee." and he said, "He doesn't sound too. Did I interview him?" And I said, "No, Mr. President, your staff did." And he said, "You know, he doesn't seem very qualified." He said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, Mr. President, just because you've seen my cousin Vinny doesn't qualify you to be on the federal bench." And he said, "Yeah, you're right." He said, "What do you think we ought to do?" And I said, "Well, let's put him out of his misery. I don't want him embarrassed." And the president withdrew the appointment.
Yeah, no, it was, I have never seen a cross-examination take out a nominee. Although, what was it? It was the Biden nominee who was the Russian who graduated from a Russian university, and your line was, "Should I call you comrade?"
She was nominated for controller of the currency. She was a former member of the Communist Party of Russia. She had graduated from Moscow State University, and her dissertation, a copy of which she wouldn't give us, was on Karl Marx. So
nice.
Yeah, Ben.
Good combo.
And her main
Sign us
argument
up.
for being controller of the currency, which of course is responsible for all the state banks, was to get rid of all the banks and have everybody nominate, or a bank rather, from the Federal Reserve. But
all right, I got a question for both of you on
shoot,
this.
man.
Has there ever been a time that you guys are both sitting there beating the hell out of somebody, and do you ever look at each other and grin? Like, how does it work? Is it like you go, then I go?
Ted goes first, and he knocks them to Pluto and softens them up. And I talk about it in my book. You know, I think, what did I say about Ted? I said, I didn't call him articulate, though he is. I said Ted could talk a dog off a meat wagon, and he could talk the hide off a cow, and he knocks these witnesses to Pluto, and then Josh Hawley, I think, is ahead of me, goes next, and then I bat cleanup. Well, he's a nice guy, but he just...
I would hate to be in front of him. Just saying, he is... I just love him, you know. How could you not? He's a straight shooter. He's a great orator. The way he presents himself and holds himself, and the way he tells a story. And when you're being questioned by him, I'd be so distracted listening to his story. He's like, yeah, that's nice. I like the way he said that word. Anyway, Mr. John, it's good of you to share your thoughts and views with us.
If Jesus fed people for free, taught people for free, and healed people for free, why don't we do the same?
Churches should.
Churches should? Okay. But why can't we do that on a more systemic level through government programs? Hey, maybe private companies with all of their record profits. Why hasn't Elon put up some of his own private money to help end homelessness?
Because homelessness is not a money problem.
Homelessness? Tell that to homeless people. Then.
I have. I say, you know what? Almost every single one of them has either mental problems or drug disorders. It is not a matter of lack of capital. It's that they should either be in an asylum or they're doing hard drugs and they don't want to stop. We have homelessness.
The asylums that Ronald Reagan defunded? The asylums that Ronald Reagan
Yes, if we want to talk about bringing back asylums, I'm all for that. I have an entire political party I would put in an asylum.
Okay. All right.
I wonder which party that might be.
He was a legal immigrant with a green card, with a wife and a baby on the way, exercising his free speech rights. So my question is, if legal immigrants aren't safe, then who is?
American citizens.
But he is a green card holder here legally.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Yes. He's not a U.S. citizen.
How does it not matter?
Read the Immigration Naturalization Act. What Mahmoud Khalil did was he went and protested, celebrating the death of Jewish babies, celebrating Hamas in Gaza, and under the Immigration Naturalization Act, it says very clearly the Secretary of State can deem somebody who has a green card or a temporary visa holder as a threat to the United States of America and against our geopolitical interests, of which Mahmoud Khalil did and is, and he can go make Turkey great again and go back to his country of origin.
Taga. Make Turkey great again. Taga. He was just so matter of fact, wasn't he? And straight to the point. He didn't hold any punches, and people mistook that for anger. We're coming after you. Whatever you are. Whatever you're calling yourself this week. Well, the hatred that's been shown to us over the years, and oh, well, white people, they're racist, and you can't be racist against white people because they deserve it, right? We deserve it.
He's from Palestine, not Turkey.
Well, he jumped around the Middle East a lot. But the point being, do you believe that being here in America here is a right or a privilege?
Right, and a privilege.
You have a right to be here?
Yes, I believe anybody has a right to movement to wherever they want.
So you would get rid of...
Oh, yeah, please feel that way when you come through my door and I shoot your ass. No way, ain't happening here. Feel like I'm just traveling. Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm traveling through your fridge. I'm traveling through your clothes. Oh, I'm looking for a safe. I'm looking for a money bag. I'm looking for a stash. I'm looking for whatever I can get my hands on. But I'm just traveling. I'm passing through. Loo.
All borders.
Yes.
So when you land from an international flight at JFK Airport, no passport checks.
Nope.
He's just saying that out of spite because
Thank you for
he's
bluntly
already called him out.
telling us
I
your
mean,
view.
No.
I'm a dirty commie, so yeah.
Well, it's obvious.
Oh, actually, yeah, that would be my third question. What is your definition of socialism?
Well, in the theoretical, the abstract, or the practical.
Take your pick.
So socialism, as written by Marx, is when the
He's almost like AI. Let's back that up.
What is your definition of socialism?
well, in the theoretical, the abstract, or the practical.
Which would you like me to cover? Your choice.
Take your pick.
So socialism, as
Take
written
your
by
pick,
Marx,
because he
when the
didn't know.
workers
He
own
didn't
the
even
means
hear
of
it,
production.
probably.
Exactly.
In the actual practical, it's when a small group of very powerful, pernicious people are able to control the rest of the population under the guise of helping the many, when in reality it helps the few, and you get dictatorship, murder, and slaughter, and the revolution never actually comes.
Okay.
It ends in 100 million people dead
What
over the last
about-
100 years.
What about American companies that function as worker cooperatives, which are effectively socialism in
that's-
practice?
That is partially some of the tenets of Marx. Of course it is. Like Publix grocery stores in Florida.
Okay. So you're in favor of worker cooperatives then?
Yeah, if it's done voluntarily, that's the key.
Yeah, exactly.
Voluntary.
I would agree.
For example, in a church, if you go to a church and everyone says we're going to go share this meal, that's a voluntary cooperation. But socialism is not hinged on voluntarism.
If Jesus fed people for free, taught people for free.
Yeah, it's forced. It's completely forced. Nobody willingly wants to give away what they've earned. What do you mean I gotta give away 30% of what I'm making or fucking higher? That's, hey, that's mine. Wait, hey, hello? Hello, Ukraine? Hello? Jasmine Crockett, hello? Whoever else had their fucking hand out. Hello? Where's my money? These hands gave you that fucking money. These legs, these fucking backbones, shoulder, and now you're working on my nerve. But you can't be racist towards white people. They deserve it. A lot of us for many years have just put our nose to the fucking grindstone and got shit done. We got our bills paid. Responsibilities. The bills. Paying the fucking bills. I paid my fucking bills. Been going on about how long I had to pay my fucking bills. Well, let me tell you, it's been fucking forever. And that carrot's been led right in front of us, put right in front of our nose. Here you go, donkey. Here you go. Here's your vision of the American dream. See it? Just went up. In flames. 2001 911. I want to say that a lot of us on 9/11 were effectively activated. I knew it as soon as I seen it. That was not a foreign attack. And I hope it comes out someday. That needs to come out. If this country is to truly heal, all lies need to be exposed. There's probably some that don't need to be exposed to us. Like, for instance, the current situation between us and whoever, and, more scary fear. Fear. Be afraid. Very afraid of the Illuminati. They're coming back. All right. moving on. Get off my horse. Get out of here. Pokemon!
This is all false information. You guys spreading misinformation in the chat. You got. Oh my god! Oh, shit!
Oh, nice.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my freaking god!
Good score.
Way.
I wish I had that kind of luck.
Oh my god!
Nope.
Oh my god!
Now.
And then you get a sticker and a card.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to see your gay ass either.
The Armory erupted after.
How'd that happen? Let's get back here. See if I can get back to it.
Dave has a dream. Dave has...
Drops. What's queue right now? We only have 1 tin in the queue. We only have 1 tin in the queue. Not long at all. Alright, this is going sealed.
I can't believe I'm actually sitting here waiting and watching. There's 109 people in here right now. 111 going up. I'm wondering if these guys pay people to go out and buy up these Pokemon cards for them or something like that, because you see all these videos now of these guys going in there. People getting videos of these people hoarding the Pokemon cards and shit. I've never seen it personally, but anytime I've walked through the gaming cards or of anything of that nature in that section, the Pokemons are always gone. Gone. I check out other stuff. We do Yu-Gi-Oh! and one other. But yeah, is this thing playing? Okay, I paused it. Didn't notice I paused it. I was like, what is he doing? So, you know, you see these multi-packs and stuff in boxes and tins, and then I hate getting those because you open them up and it's like all fluff and buff. It's like, man, I got a nice box. I paid $20 for these 10 cards. Hey. And not one of them's worth the shit. I do have some unopened ones in there, though. I think I'm going to leave it in the tin. I'm not going to open it. This guy again. I got it stuck back
again.
here.
Do not share. This is private info. This is like...
Ain't private anymore.
Buddies, okay?
Hey, Dillhole. It helps to fucking hit record when you're trying to record something, right? Dillhole.
Right.
What do we tell the women of the West to do? Go have as much sex as possible, get on the birth control pill, and have abortions. So we don't have kids, but we're going to go import a bunch of people that are going to have kids. #1 birth name in the top cities in Europe, Muhammad. Not Mitchell, not Mark, not Montesquieu, Muhammad. And it is a strategy to take over through the silent means of mass reproduction. And the church is like, well, we're told that we have to open our arms to the immigrant and all that. Let me be I could do a whole speech on the inerrancy on immigration teaching in the church. Nowhere in the Gospels does it say you should invite your future masters who don't believe what you believe and actually don't want you to keep on having to be able to do it. What do we tell the women of the West to do?
My son, I have a beautiful boy, Baron.
Did someone just got something?
I really hate to say it, but 2013 Barack Obama was correct.
If Republicans do not like the law, they can go through the regular channels and processes to try to change it. That's why we have elections. So they can go through.
Would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops?
We're just gonna do YouTube. Fuck it. I am not on TikTok or stinking Rumble enough yet to really get a good list of shorts or other videos that I'd like to go through while I'm recording. So you might see me just kind of struggle a little bit here and see. Let me go into subs. Yes, there was something that I did want to kind of review. Okay, I think we finally found some stuff. Jeez. Golly, man. Some stuff that I can actually go through and relate to. Let's get on a binger here. And we got about 24 minutes. Less. Or like 21 minutes left on this recording here. So we are moving forward fastly. Here we go, Joe.
MAGA is dead. So many people are saying it now. By the way, if you are MAGA, stay. If you're not, just scroll on by. Nothing I'm going to say is going to even matter to you. But when it comes to those who are on the same side I'm on, I've got a big presence in the space. It's not me patting myself on the back or self-aggrandizing. The fact is I've got a top 50 podcast every single day out of a lot of podcasts. I've got a radio show that's on 170 stations.
Joe Pags, go check them out.
Privileged and honored by
Do
this.
it, private.
I got 1.1 million on TikTok. I've got 560-something thousand on Instagram. When you aggregate the rest of all my social media, it's millions and millions of people. So I do have a place in the space, not putting myself above or below anybody else, but I thought it was time that I jumped in. I don't need to say I'm for Tucker and against Ben or for Ben and against Tucker. I don't have to say that I'm for Candace. By the way, Candace, in my opinion, needs to seek help. I feel like there might be a mental break coming, just my uneducated opinion, but the things she's saying about her former friend and his organization and his family don't make any sense to me. So I'm not even gonna include her in this fray. But when it comes to Tucker and Ben, I don't have to take a side. When it comes to Mark Levin and Brandon Tatum and just fill in the blank, Marjorie Taylor Greene and President Trump, I don't have to take a side. I don't. Let me be as clear as I can. I'll go down the list. I'm a big fan of President Trump, voted for him 3 times on purpose because he's the right guy, and I like the job that he's doing. I also like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's been on my show a million times, met her in person at Mar-a-Lago, if you can believe it. So I'm not really sure what that fray is all about. Hopefully they can work that out. When it comes to Tucker Carlson, had him on the show a long time ago when he started his show on Fox. He was very nice to me. I don't know why he platformed Nick Fuentes, and I certainly wish that he would have asked him some very serious questions.
That was purely to expose him if there was anything to expose there, and I have not followed that very well, I suppose. I'm not sure what the whole ordeal is there, so I'm just going to kind of keep my lip tight when it comes to those guys. But I will say is that we all need to remember that we are all on the same side. We're on the same side. We don't need to be arguing about silly crap. Yeah, somebody might do something that you don't quite agree with, or say something that you don't quite agree with, or go about exposing things the way they might, getting ahead of themselves, whatever you might want to call it. And at the end of the day, we all need to come together and talk it out. You guys need to get on a Zoom chat or something. Schedule a day, schedule an hour. Y'all show up. Hopefully you got your pants on, not like that cop. And talk a shit out. Hash it out. Hey, I don't like the way you handled this, and then I really felt like you probably should have done this. Oh, well, thank you. I kind of thought about that too after I said or did whatever. And then now that I come to think about it and you mentioning it, it kind of opens up my eyes a little bit more. No, we're not having conversations like that. We're automatically jumping to our own conclusions, which are solely or could be purely based off of assumptions. So you got to back up and remember, we are fighting the same fight. The same fight. Every day. We got to remember, I got Tatum's back. I got Tucker's back. I got whoever's back. Everybody's back that is on our side. Yeah, there's some of the outliers you need to piss off. But you got that on both sides as well. But we got to remain focused, keep clear heads, and calm nerves. because we are all bound up tight, very tight. We're all bound up tightly about the whole situation around the world and in our own country. We're still talking division about everything still. We need to find our commonalities again and go about business. Get back to it quick, man, because time's short. We don't have time to bicker about nonsense. Whatever it may be, let's move forward and keep getting the country back in the direction that it needs to be, that we were led to believe that it should be, and we've been lied to, led on by that golden carrot, the American dream. More like American nightmare for most who have worked their lives away and got nothing in the end but a swift kick to the grave. Oh wait, we're gonna raise the age of retirement again. Oh, I'm sorry, were you just about ready to retire again? No, I'm sorry, you got to 62 and we raised it to 65. You got almost to 65 and we raised it to 70. You get to 70 and son of a bitch, it's 72. Well, they just piss your money away. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, money. No, MAGA is not dead. They are trying to kill it, though. They're trying to kill it. Drag us back down, Whitey. You patriot. You half-white American. Half anything. You're trying to divide me between myself. I hate my white self. I know people that are that way. They absolutely despise their white self. I'm Spanish. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino. I'm Mexican. No, you are fucking from goddamn Fort Wayne, Indiana. Born and raised in Indiana, where the corn grows so high. Okay, moving on.
Instead of acting like, oh, he's just a nice kid with a great following. Doesn't make me unlike Tucker. Doesn't make me excommunicate Tucker from my peripheral when it comes to what's happening in this space. I would not have given Nick Fuentes that kind of time, but it's not my show. It's Tucker's show. When it comes to Ben Shapiro, don't know Ben at all. He might not even be aware of me. I'm aware of him. He's a big name, but he's a very smart guy, and he's a very important voice in this space. He and Tucker should fix it. I think.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe Pags. The voice of reason, and he has been for a long time. I don't want to compare him to Rush Limbaugh because I think they both have their distinct ways of how they, God rest Rush Limbaugh, of course. Not to compare him to a dead guy. Sorry, Joe. You, sir, I feel like you're a great orator in the way you present yourself, and you are steadfast in your beliefs, and he has been a good beacon of information, and he has helped me through quite a bit, actually.
Back in 1991, a very famous rock star had a very pregnant wife he was supposed to take to the hospital.
I gotta skip it. Sorry, bud.
All right, you guys, today we're here to talk about
JD.
septum ring theory. And I'm sure that you know what septum ring theory is.
Man, the
it is
septum.
the theory that if you meet a girl and she has
Sepsis.
a septum ring, she is going to be one of the most insufferable people that you could ever come across on the face of planet Earth.
There always has to be some dude in my comments going, septum ring theory.
Now, I'm not going to try to lie to you guys. We all know that these women do actually exist. We've all seen them. We've all heard them. We've all gotten berated by them. Stereotypes might be awful. They might be terrible. It might be the worst thing ever, but we have stereotypes for a reason. Stereotypes are often there because they're true. All right, you guys, today we're going to talk about septum ring theory. And I'm sure that you know what septum ring
Morbid Facts, Part 502. These photos.
It is the end of a life. It is the
Gots to go back in time. Mr. Trump is attacking Venezuela. Here, let's go talk with George.
And it looks like Maduro is saying, all right.
Hey, back up, George.
I'm
You
sorry.
got ahead of us.
In fact, Maduro.
George, you started without me.
Ladies and gentlemen, unless you've been living under a rock like Dwayne Johnson's kids, or Patrick Star from SpongeBob, or living in the past like Ethiopia's calendar, you know they're 8 years behind the rest of us. How is that possible? You would know that the United States, under President Trump's leadership, has been engaged in a very intense maximum pressure campaign on the socialist regime of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. Indeed, we've been building up forces. The USS Gerald R. Ford, our aircraft carrier, and its strike group just showed up. The socialist leader initially wanted to talk a big game. He was like, yeah, we're gonna defend our sovereignty. But man, when it came time to walk that walk, he turned into Greg Abbott fast. He couldn't get up and walk his talk. President Trump and Marco Rubio are taking things to that next level. And it looks like Maduro is saying, all right, I'm sorry. In fact, Maduro has been doing this thing where he goes on press conferences and says, not war, peace, peace, not war, not war, peace. Here he is recently.
Segundo punto de trabajo.
Oompa loompa pahoho.
Peace. Hacer todo por la paz. Como decía John Lennon, ¿no? Alternatare, ¿cómo era la canción de
Did
John
John
Lennon?
Lennon say that?
Wait.
Wait. Hold on. Stop, Maduro. Maduro got some disinformation. John Lennon. Stop the presses. Did John Lennon say do anything for peace? No. John Lennon did not say do anything for peace. He said give peace a chance. That doesn't mean give everything or do anything for peace. No, I ain't sucking nobody's you know who. No. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Maduro.
Is he holding a concert? What is going on in the socialist utopia of Venezuela? So this clown has been peace, peace, not the war, peace, peace, not the war.
Is he seriously? He's seriously gonna play it. Play it.
And well, President Trump just announced that actually Maduro wants to talk.
Venezuela, Mr. President, on Venezuela.
Thank you.
Update.
Thank you for not playing that, George. Please don't play that song. I want Steve Terryberry to do Maduro doing John Lennon. Imagine. Oh gosh. Anyway, I'm sorry. Phew. Well, at least I can make myself laugh. All right, here we go, George.
Update on Venezuela.
With the designation
Go
of
visit
that
George.
associated
A.A.
with
Chocolate Superman.
the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela.
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out.
Discussions.
They would like
Listen
to talk.
here,
Interesting,
Maduro.
ladies and gentlemen.
Listen here, Maduro. You're gonna give us the information. Where's the drugs, Maduro? Maduro. We know you got the fentanyl. You got it.
Interesting. So that designation Trump is referring to is what the Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Oh, what am I doing? I'm looking small, man. Wow. Okay. Rubio posted
You're
that
big,
the State
no matter where you are.
Department intends to designate Cartel de los Sols, so Cartel of the Suns, as a foreign terrorist organization. The organization headed by the illegitimate Nicolas Maduro. The group has corrupted the institutions of government in Venezuela and is responsible for terrorist violence conducted by and with other designated FTOs, as well as for trafficking drugs into the United States and Europe. This is massive. When you designate an organization as a terrorist organization, that gives the president authority to strike militarily. So this standoff, this pressure that's been building up like the Hoover Dam, all this pressure.
And Antifa. Thank you for designating that idiot organization and anybody as part of it a terrorist. What a slick move, man. Thank you.
Heading one way. And now Maduro's like, oh my gosh, talk. We need to talk. Peace, not war.
Surrender!
This guy,
We surrender!
man, is so funny. And here's President Trump expanding on Venezuela and explaining to people that this is a very critical thing that he's doing.
Are you discussing options with Congress? Are you going to Congress to discuss potential options?
We like to keep Congress involved. I mean, we're stopping drug dealers and drugs from coming into our country. And I actually told Marco and some of the people, our Secretary of State is doing a great job, by the way. I said, go to Congress and let them know we're not letting drugs come through Mexico.
Nope.
We're not letting them come through Venezuela. And let Congress know about it. We don't have to get their approval, but I think letting them know is good. The only thing I don't want them to do is leak information that's very important and confidential and may put our military at risk, or whoever is doing, CIA, military, etc. But I
on
did
both
say,
sides.
I said, go and see Congress, see the representatives that we're supposed to be seeing, and be open about it. If they say, we don't want you to stop drugs from coming into the country, I don't think that would be good, yes.
Are any other countries committed to helping the U.S. with Venezuela, or is all our action still...
Not
we
China.
have great support because it's all about drugs. Well, in Venezuela's case, it's about drugs, and it's also about thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that they've released into our country.
Yep.
And some are gang members from Tren de Aragua. Some are many are drug dealers. Some are murderers. So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population.
Wasn't there a video of politicians, or there one or two politicians that flew down there and was guiding people to leave Venezuela for America? And at one time it was terrible down there. Criminy sakes, it was people eating these zoo animals and whatnot. And I should probably make a note of that and maybe even look that up. Hey, what the heck?
Was released.
We'll do it right now. When did Venezuela, there we go. Ella. Oh, collapse. There it is. 2010, they've been coming from Venezuela and the surrounding areas. So we didn't do anything to Venezuela then, but digging into that, maybe it had something to do with Bolivian revolution and the presidency there. Could be Brazil even being somewhat conservative, if I'm not mistaken. But the politics down there are just crazy. I couldn't even imagine trying to live in one of them. But yeah, Venezuela's always had a great supply of oil and other things. So yes, Venezuela was once a rich country, particularly between 1950s and the 80s, when it was one of the wealthiest in South America and in the top 20 globally. Its wealth was built on vast oil reserves, which led to high economic growth and prosperity. However, its economy has since collapsed due to factors like mismanagement, corruption, and dependence on oil prices. The petrodollar. Until they got into bed with the WEF, and if you want to follow along with that, there is a longer history even with it. So yeah. So it caused oil prices to collapse because they had so much in supply. And anyway, you can go into it. So back in 2010, Venezuelans have been leaving and working their way up somehow, anyhow, anyway, any day they got here since 2010. So for 15 years, they've been migrating this way. Very interesting stuff. Let's get back to the rest of that video, and let's see if we can finish it off. 3 minutes.
Into the United States. You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States.
That's a very important thing that he just said there. Venezuela allowed hundreds of thousands of their citizens to flee to the U.S. southern border. And the Biden administration, of course, let them through, unvetted, and a lot of them took over American cities. Aurora.
That was after the collapse. They had no choice. They weren't going to allow them to stay in the prisons, especially if they're eating the zoo animals. You can imagine there would end up being some sort of form of cannibalism. Cannibalism of, some level. People in prison, hey man, we got all these people locked up, let's have a barbecue. That's them chewing on the bones. Anyway, great day, love you, peace out, see you another time.